Mind the stages that a caterpillar goes through to become a butterfly. Transformation is a process and it takes time. Now, many of us would prefer that it was instantaneous, but unfortunately it's not. Just as the caterpillar knows what to do in nature, it eats some leaves, it finds a cozy place, it spins a cocoon, metamorphosis happens, and it emerges a butterfly. In life, we don't necessarily have that advantage, but we can supercharge our transformation through a mentoring program. I'd like to talk about what that is for life, but more importantly, what that is as a Toastmasters mentoring program. Today I'm going to walk you through the purpose of a mentor. We're going to take a look at the benefits to the mentor, to the mentee, and to the club. We'll look at the qualities of both the mentor and the mentee, and the steps in the mentoring process. And finally, we'll culminate in the entire experience. Now, many of you, make sure I'm clicking on the right thing. I'm glad you can edit this.
I will. It'll cost you.
There, we're good. We're going with now.
No, arrows.
Arrows, okay. Take two. As I mentioned, a mentor is someone who could supercharge your process through something. I'd like you to think back to your early stages of education. Was there a teacher who had a positive influence on you that made a difference in your schooling and in the choices that you made? How about in your early work career? Was there someone who guided you through, who had more knowledge and experience than you did, that helped you along the way? This is what a mentor is. It is someone who has more experience, who can help you, who can guide you, who is supportive, knowledgeable, and helpful. There we go. What I'd like to do is to describe, as I mentioned, what a Toastmaster mentor is and how that begins. So really, when you come to Toastmasters, you usually come with a particular need. You would like to improve your public speaking, improve your leadership skills, and this will help you with your career goals as well as personal development. And a mentor can help you through understanding what Toastmasters is, the different manuals that we have, the Competent Communication Manual, the Competent Leadership Manual, and just the different systems and processes that Toastmasters has. As well, there's unique things that each club has to offer. Our particular club is a noontime club, and we have certain roles that we use in our clubs that are a little bit different from other clubs, and this is where it's helpful to have someone explain those things to you. As well, when you have a mentor, you typically understand things a bit better and end up participating more because you have confidence in the roles that you'll be taking. You understand what it means to be a grammarian and an awe counter, and to give the word of the day, and to give a good evaluation. These are all things that your mentor can speak into your life and to explain to you as you go through. Now, for those of you who are experienced Toastmasters, you might be thinking, well, my opportunity for having a mentor is gone. But it's not, because Toastmasters, even experienced ones, can still learn and develop things. For example, for me, when I came, I had certain qualities and skills that I was able to refine. And now that I have accomplished some of those goals, I'm now looking to gain other skills. For example, I feel very comfortable informing and teaching and training But what I'd like to do is to find a mentor who can help me to really be good at storytelling, to use humor, and to gain skills that I don't already have. And so a mentor can really help people to hone in on the skills that they're desiring to have. So it's never too late. You can have as many mentoring partnerships as you want on your Toastmasters journey. See, I told you it would be fun to have Toastmasters for the word of the day to see if you guys are catching in on this. There are many benefits. I first want to talk about the benefits to the mentor. You probably thought I was going to talk about the benefits to the mentee, but the mentor also receives many things in that partnership. They get to speak into someone's life. They get to have a renewed sense of purpose in their club. For example, it gives them a new perspective. When they're working with the mentee comes with new ideas, new ways to do things, and this helps the mentor to continue developing those skills and to see things from a different perspective. It helps them feel important because they're speaking into somebody else's life. And they get recognition and purpose. For example, when I have a mentee who has accomplished their icebreaker speech, I'm so proud of them that they accomplished that and that they did that, and I'm cheering for them. Even when they graduate from the mentorship program, I'm still their cheerleader, and when they accomplish things and are successful, I feel that as well as the mentor. I feel that I've spoken into someone's life, and that really has a lot of meaning. The benefits to the club are numerous. When we have a great mentorship program happening, club members, they feel connected to one another. New members come and they get involved right away. They don't feel like they're an observer for too long. And this helps with our membership because they're involved more and they're participating and they're happy. Satisfied members, because they're participating in different roles and they're feeling more confident than their speakers because they have someone to bounce ideas off of, get a little bit more feedback, then they become satisfied and they're in here for the long run. And so the turnover rate would be much lower in a club that has a mentoring program because people, older, more experienced club members are being used as mentors. They're feeling useful, and the new members are feeling like their needs are being met by having someone to talk to. So it's a really great partnership to help the club have an overall active ability to interact with one another and a really good health. Now, we tend to look for certain qualities when it comes to being a mentor. Here is a fantastic list that Toastmasters put together for us, and I'd like to highlight a couple of them. Availability to me is a really high quality. You need to be available either to come in a little bit early to a meeting or to stay afterwards to sit down and have that face-to-face talk if your mentee would like to have that. Or maybe you could meet for coffee afterwards if you're colleagues, or talk on the phone if that's what they'd like. I also do email where my mentee will email me their speech and I can take a look at it and look for grammar, look for organization and flow, help them with their conclusion, let them know if they need a little bit more of a firmer introduction, something that will grasp the audience's attention. The other thing is we're looking for people who are flexible, who are supportive, who are loyal to their people, who are good communicators. It's also important for a mentor to be knowledgeable. We have a certain criteria before you're invited to be a mentor to have completed at least 3 speeches and 3 of your CL projects. This means that your speaking has progressed enough that you could offer advice to a newer member, and also that you've completed enough roles in the club in order to be able to explain what the roles are and to help your new member to do all of those roles. Now, you don't have to have done all of them or to have been an expert at them, because as a mentor, I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, but you actually learn more when you teach. So when you teach someone who's newer than you, you're learning as well, and you're learning how to be even better at those particular roles than you already are. So as you can see, we have a high standard for our mentors, and these are things that will develop over time as well as you participate in the mentoring program. Now next I'd like to talk about the steps that we have. The beginning steps, the first meeting, you want to sit down with your new mentee. You want to orient them to our club. As I mentioned, you want to talk about what the roles are. It's really important to literally sit next to the person so that when you're going through the agenda, they have someone that they can ask. And it isn't very disruptive and they can get their questions answered then instead of having to wait until the very end of the meeting. So that's really nice for your new mentee to be able to sit next to you for a couple of meetings just to be able to ask those questions. Okay? And help them with their icebreaker speech. As the VP of Education, I try to get those scheduled in within their first 4 to 6 weeks as a Toastmaster, and so that will be one of the things that is first on their mind is to get started on the icebreaker speech. So make sure that you start talking to them about that right away. Over time, then you can make them aware of other things. The roles in the meeting, for example, giving them positive feedback. As Chris mentioned in his evaluation presentation earlier, it's so important for people to feel that positive feedback when they come to a meeting, whether they're speaking or have another role. They want to know that they did a good job, that what they did was significant, that it was a part of the meeting, that it had value, and they don't mind hearing that from you. So really being gracious with your words, letting them know verbally what they're doing well. And again, just continue to explain different responsibilities to them and then help them with signing up for other things. Show people how to sign up using EasySpeak. Sometimes they will be assigned for the first few roles, and then after that they can log in themselves and pick specific roles that they would like to try out, and that's something that our mentors can encourage them to do. Over time, because you don't want to throw everything into their lap all at once, right? They'll be very overwhelmed by all of these things, all of these new terms, like the term Toastmaster and evaluation and general evaluator and these things. After a while, though, you'll need to tell them a little bit more about the Toastmasters organization, that we have a club. Our club is inside an area. The area is in a division, and the division's in a district, and then we have the complete international organization as well. Also, inside the club, you can start to point out certain people who have roles as part of the executive and let them know a little bit about that so that they know that they have the opportunity, if they would like to gain leadership experience, that they can shadow someone in the executive role in order to gain those leadership skills and potentially move into a position of being one of our club officers, which would be exciting. Now, as a mentee, we have a few hopes and expectations for you as well. We hope that you would be eager to learn, that you would be willing to hear feedback and work on those as areas of improvement. We would hope that you would be loyal to your partnership. Here at Fluor, I put together the first partnership that you'll have in our mentoring program, and after that you're welcome to choose any other mentor that you'd like. But we ask that you work with that person because you both have things to learn from that mentoring partnership. And also, I hope that you realize that everything that we do in Toastmasters, in our club, is by volunteerism. And so your mentors are volunteering their time to help you, to look at your speeches, to encourage you. And I hope that there is some gratitude towards the people who are building into your life as well. The mentoring relationship is meant to come to an end. And what I mean by that is it changes, it moves along, it progresses. As I mentioned, when you have completed your first 3 speeches, then you've graduated from the mentoring program. We feel that then you have enough skills for you then to become a mentor to somebody else. What will probably happen is that mentoring relationship that you first had will develop into a warm and long-lasting friendship. Instead of being mentor and mentee, you become equals and partners and fellow Toastmasters in the club, and then just enjoy that camaraderie between people. So it isn't meant to last as a perpetual mentor and mentee. We continue to grow. the more experienced Toastmaster can then take on new mentees, and the mentee can then become a mentor. And with that, as we go back to our caterpillar and butterfly transformation experience, you as a mentee have begun your transformation, and you are turning into a beautiful butterfly through mentoring, especially through our Toastmasters mentoring program. And with that, I hope that you understand that it really is an incredible experience to be a part of, and there's a lot of learning to do. And this presentation is to show you all the benefits that there are to our mentoring program. And I'd like to thank each one of you who is part of the program in some way, either as a mentor or a mentee. And I hope that you'll provide feedback to us to let us know how to continue to improve that so that we can then help you with your transformation for life.